Imagine walking outside one day and seeing everyone with empty holsters on their hips. You wonder, is this some new fashion trend? Or was everyone just rushing around in the morning and couldn't figure out what to wear? Maybe some artist promotional event? Actually, you may find yourself in this situation sometime this spring. The Empty Holsters are for the Empty Holster Project, a yearly demonstration held nationwide on college campuses. Protesters aim to bring awareness to the issue of concealed carry on college campuses. The Empty Holster Project is a signature effort of Students for Concealed Carry, a national organization comprised of college students, professors, employees, parents, and concerned citizens.
I'm Nick Fritz, and I'm a junior in electrical engineering.
I'm Alex Dawes. I'm a kinesiology major and junior. I helped start this club about a year and a half ago.
So do you believe that students have the right to conceal carry on campus? And would you like to see any changes in Penn State's gun policy?
Yes, we definitely do believe students have the right to carry on campus. We believe students should have the same right to defend themselves here at school as they do off of campus, especially seeing as everyone on campus here at college is basically an adult.
Yeah, just going off of what Nick said, those who are allowed to carry concealed firearms are 21 years and older. They've been approved by the state of Pennsylvania or some other state to carry firearms pretty much everywhere in the state. So I don't see what the difference is walking down College Avenue and then transferring over to the lawn over at Old Main. There's really no difference except a little bit of geography. So if the state of Pennsylvania believes that you are responsible enough to carry in a movie theater with 200 of your closest friends, I don't see what the difference is between sitting in that movie theater and sitting wherever you are on campus in the lecture hall. There really isn't any discrepancy there.
And might I add that Pennsylvania has no law against people carrying on university campuses. It is all up to the school.
Exactly, it's all up to the university. So while we would like to change Penn State's policy, it is ultimately up to the university to make that decision. Since it's not a public university, since it's a land grant and it's in control of the board, they would have to make that decision. It wouldn't have to be legislated that way. It would have to be a decision coming from within the school.
In 2001, a survey done by Harvard University found that 94% of people believe guns shouldn't be allowed on campuses in the U.S. In 2008, after Virginia Tech, this number had dropped to 76%, and the group Students for Concealed Carry formed, though their viewpoints are still in the minority as evidenced by our student interviews.
I don't think they have the right because I think that for everyone's safety that they should not carry any concealed weapons just for the general safety of the public.
Of course, students have the right. I mean, if we're talking about like the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms, obviously, that exists. But I personally don't really see a purpose in having it, especially here on campus. I've never felt unsafe, whether it's walking downtown or walking through campus. So I really personally don't see the point of it. And, I'm not much of a firearm specialist myself. So, it was never something that crossed my mind in general. So.
It's a tricky question because you do use the word like right. And I feel like if I say that some people don't have a right to do something, that's not very good. But I don't think students should be allowed to have weapons on campus because, each person has their own struggle and story, and giving them the access or giving them the freedom to have a certain type of equipment or weapon can just end up in really big turmoil, in my opinion.
I do not feel students have the right to concealed carry on campus. I personally would feel incredibly unsafe if that were a policy. I don't really know that there's any need for that whatsoever. The security on campus should any threat arise.
In 2013, legislation in 22 states has left the decision to allow or ban concealed carry on campuses up to the individual college or university, Pennsylvania being among them. But it all began with the Second Amendment. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. These words have been debated for over 200 years, but only more recently has the controversy been brought to the college campus. Currently, the Pennsylvania State University does not allow any possession, carry, or use of weapons on campus property. Firearms fall under the definition of weapons. Penn State's gun policy was first introduced in 1976, and with the exception of a few changes to allow firearms for certain club sports, the policy has remained relatively unchanged since its inception. The State College Police Chief Tyrone Parham explained it was unnecessary to allow concealed carry due to the low crime rate on campus. Both Police Chief Parham and manager of the News Bureau, Jill Shockey, believe the policy was originally created for the overall safety of everyone on campus and works to lessen risks associated with weapon possession, noting that considering the level of training necessary to handle a firearm, having trained officers on campus is a better policy than allowing concealed carry. The debate is still a hot topic at Penn State. The college newspaper, the Daily Collegian, has written multiple articles about concealed carry on campus. The majority of these articles argue that concealed carry should not be allowed here at Penn State. While it is far from the norm, at least 5 state-owned Pennsylvania universities now allow concealed carry on campus. The Pennsylvania state system of higher education determined that a blanket prohibition against the possession of weapons on campus is legally unenforceable, and asked state schools to review their weapons policies. However, the change was reluctant. 4 out of 5 of these universities have now joined the campaign to keep guns off campus. The president of Kutztown University said, "I personally believe guns have no place on campus, and by no means does this mean that we support having guns on our campus." Despite apparent opposition, the controversy has been sustained by statistics supporting the effectiveness of pro-concealed carry policies on campus. In over 200 colleges in 6 states where concealed carry has been allowed, there have been 0 incidents involving persons with concealed carry licenses. In Colorado specifically, crime decreased on the Colorado State University campus when concealed carry was allowed, and actually increased on campus at the University of Colorado where it is disallowed. While the majority of the nation appears to oppose concealed carry on college campuses, new legislation that would allow concealed carry is being introduced frequently. This year alone, 19 states have proposed legislation allowing concealed carry on college campuses. Who knows, maybe someday those empty holsters will be filled.